Thank you guys for being on time. We're very excited to be talking about Marine Parade and the hottest properties in District 15 in Singapore. If you're just joining us, my name is Audrey Siek. I'm a show host and producer here at Ohmyhome, and I'm joined by Louis Tay. He's our senior real estate advisor. He's been with Ohmyhome for 5 years and has been in the industry for over 10 years now. So he's a great person to have with me today. So glad to have a sidekick to give you guys even more insight. So if you have any questions regarding this topic, please feel free to comment down below and we will answer them as soon as possible. We already do have some questions that have been flowing in since we started a little bit early today. And so let's get right into it, Louis. You ready?
Yep.
We do have a slideshow as well. I think it would be a lot better to show you guys some visuals. So let me pull that up here and let's go. So, Louis, let's get this started. We do have a question already from Jasmine, which I think is a great starting point for this conversation. Jasmine, hi, Jasmine. She wanted to ask, what is so special about Marine Parade as compared to other prime areas like the CBD or Orchard area? Thank you so much for your question, Jasmine. I think this is a great question. We usually, when people talk about Singapore, they do think CBD, they do think Orchard, and of course these are very prime areas. But we just wanted to point out that Marine Parade actually is becoming an increasingly popular district for both locals and expats alike. I think, actually, Louis, it has been popular for quite a while, I believe. I think the main draw, it's close proximity to East Coast Park. So it's one of the very few areas in Singapore where you can enjoy a sea view. And if you do stay in a condo and you're high enough, you can actually have a beautiful sea view of East Coast. You are also very close to other to recreation and amenities. So I'm sure you're aware, Louis, that you're close to Katong, you're close to all these famous food establishments, and more things have been popping up. And of course, schools for parents. We do want to talk about this as well. A lot of great schools in the area that you should consider if you're deciding to move to the Marine Parade area and you do have kids, and there's connectivity. So MRT is actually coming. There are going to be more MRT stations, I believe,
Yes.
To help you get to Marine Parade quickly. There is going to be an upcoming Tanjung Katong MRT station,
That's
and
right.
there's also going to be a main Marine Parade.
Yeah.
Right, as well. And of course, you're just a few minutes from East Coast Parkway. So if you drive, you're just 15 minutes from Changi. You're also 10 minutes from the CBD and Orchard. So it really is quite a central location. I'll let you talk about culture as well in Marine Parade, Louis, since I think you have something to say about that. Yeah.
So East Coast is basically a Peranakan comes with a Peranakan history.
Right.
So definitely a lot of people that talk about East Coast, they will think about all this Peranakan history. And obviously, East Coast is also one of the prime locations in Singapore, and that is why it makes the housing made such a good housing investment. Yeah, and
yeah. So I think it's really great. Like if you want to experience a little bit of old school Singapore, I know that of course everywhere now we're so modernized, but you will get a taste of what Singapore was like back in the day, I think, in certain areas of Marine Parade. And like Louis said, like it's slowly become a great place for people to invest and live in. So thank you so much for your question, Jasmine. I hope that answers why Marine Parade is such a good choice. Of course, but right behind, I would say, Orchard area, as well as the CBD, Marine Parade is definitely a district to consider. And we are going to go to the next question. I believe I did see something which is good. Let's see. We have a question from Leah. Hello, Leah. Thanks for joining us this Friday during lunchtime. Leah asked, can you please run through the new launch condos that are launching soon in D15 and their average costs? Thanks so much for your question, Leah. We're very excited to get into this. We do have some condos that have yet to be launched that we want to share with you guys, as well as condos that have been launched, but they're still under construction. So maybe in the next couple of years, you can expect quite a good number of these condos to be ready. And we also want to talk about the average cost, like you mentioned. So let's just talk about the upcoming projects in District 15. If you can see from the slideshow, I think there are two coming up. They are yet to be launched. So I actually have Lewis talk about Amber C. I do believe that they have just announced that there's going to be a slight postponement to their launch. Is that correct, Lewis?
Yes. So the developer has actually come up with some rechange of the concept. So they did announce. Otherwise, it's supposed to be launched tomorrow. So now it will be announced on the further notice on when they're going to launch.
Okay, so we'll definitely let you guys know when they do launch. But I believe that the TOP as of now is still 2026. So that's something to bear in mind. And we also have Live at MB, which I believe is a 99-year leasehold condo that will be ready in 2025. We'll also update you guys when that launches as well. We do want to talk about projects that are already under construction. As you can tell, there are quite a number. We're not going to go into all of them, but we just wanted to show you guys that there are a good number of condos that you can look out for. I believe there are about 12 or 13 currently under construction. We do want to show you guys a quick glimpse at a couple of them. We also do want to show you guys Amber C, which we have been showcasing on our Instagram and Facebook as well. So let's just okay, so just looking at some projects under construction right now, we do want to show you guys a bit of Neon, which I think is interesting to talk about, as what Lewis mentioned about the culture. Neon was definitely kept the Peranakan culture in mind when they are building actually this project. And we do want to talk about Amber Park as well. That is one that is upcoming, and it's also one of the biggest new launches that you can look out for. So let's go into Amber C. Lewis, you want to take over Amber C?
Sure. So for Amber C is 132 units, and it's developed by Far East organization. And this is a 19-story high, and it's under a freehold land. So the TOP is expected to be in 2026, and it is just about 5 minutes walk to the future Tanjong Katong MRT.
Yeah, and sorry guys, I think the video is loading, and I think we're having a bit of trouble with the streaming here, but you can find all of these videos on our Instagram. Actually, I did go through this new launch as well, and I believe that we also have a number of blog posts about it. So if you visit our website, you can definitely get a better glimpse at Amber C. Let's go on to Neon. Neon is another new project that we wanted to showcase. It's going to be on 12 Amber Road, and it's going to be an 18-story high freehold condo. It's pretty small, about 92 units, and it's expected to TOP early next year. PSF wise, it starts from about 2.2 to 2.4K of a PSF. So that's something to bear in mind as well. This is already launched and will be ready by next year. So this is something to consider. Again, with the video, we did showcase this on our Instagram. So please go and visit if you're looking to look at some visuals on Neon. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on anything regarding this project as well. And let's go to Amber Park. Hopefully this video actually loads. But you want to take it away, Lewis, about Amber Park?
Sure. So for Amber Park is actually 3 blocks of units, 3 blocks that consists of about 592 units in total. It's also a freehold land, and it's developed by CDL, and they are one of the most reputable developer in Singapore, and definitely is also one of the most of the developer launch. And what happened is that they just reaching to 82% altogether, 82% sold now. So the current leftover units, I would say the units that are available is the 2-bedroom plus study, which is the smaller unit, and the per square foot is roughly looking at about 2,000 2002 to 2004 per square foot.
Yes, and this is definitely one of the bigger developments, 3 blocks of 21-story towers, which is almost 600 units. We will be going through how much availability. I think Louis did talk about that already, but we will go more in depth into that to give you guys an idea of what options you do have. Very glad that this video played this time. We will also update you guys everything there is to know about Amber Park, as well as other condos in that area. So thank you so much for your question, Leah. I did see another question. I'm still trying to find it, but it was something along the lines of, can you share with us, here, this is a question from Lexi. Hi, Lexi. Lexi goes, can you show us some of the new launches that have already proven to be popular? Thank you so much for your question, Lexi. I am going to go back a couple of slides here. If you guys are watching this as a recording, please feel free to pause, take a look. We'll try to leave this as big as possible. But if you look at the all the way far right-hand corner of this table, you can see that percentage of units that have been sold to date already. So of all of these, right, you can see that most of them have actually sold over half of their units already, to a few in the 80s and a few in the 70s as well. So if you're looking to look for a unit in any of these condos, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. They are going pretty quickly, I think, Louis. So
Yes.
These are the popular ones. Looking at it, Coastline Residences, 84%, J at 63, 85.7% sold already. So definitely have to move quick if you are looking at some of these popular condos. But thank you so much for your question, Lexi. And the questions are coming in the comments, so I'm trying to like scroll through. Like,
Sure.
Okay. This is a question from Kelvin. Hi, Kelvin. Happy Friday. Kelvin goes, lots of new launch condos in the area. How do I decide which to choose from? I think this is how Ohmyhome can help. I'll let Louis take this one, Louis.
Well, for us, we actually summarize a to-do list for all the buyers, okay, for if they are looking for a new property, and just figure out what's important to you, whether you are buying for own stay or for own investment, or probably you are buying for getting to a certain primary school, or it could be just maybe just wanted to rent it out after TOP. So whether it's a big or small property, it doesn't matter, because to us we take care of all your needs. And we will also run through the financial calculations and break down the cost for you to ensure that you know how much that you need to come out with, so you are well prepared with all the financial advice. And definitely we will also help you to compare and contrast the property, so that we take into considerations of all your needs and wants, and to make sure that we will be able to help you find the right property. And with all this, we will actually help you to shortlist all the properties that you have that meets your needs. And definitely at that point, we will you can speak to us and help us to choose the units that you really like, and just make the decision. So that's what we do in Ohmyhome.
Absolutely. So please bear us in mind. Whatever you need, we will definitely be taking all of your concerns into account. And we'll have our Ohmyhome super agents here who would take into account everything that is important to you. And they'll definitely draw up everything for you. They'll also make financial calculations. I did mention this as well, which is a big thing for a lot of people, I imagine. And if you're a parent, if you want to talk about schools in that area, Ohmyhome super agents will definitely help you guys with that as well. So thank you so much for your question. We hope that this helped. Of course, you can go ahead and try to compare and contrast these condos yourself, but as you can see, there's so many. And if you really want an in-depth look, please call us at Ohmyhome. We will definitely be able to help you guys in a very efficient and quick manner.
That's right.
Thanks so much for your question. We do have a question from Melvin. Melvin goes, hi, Audrey. Should I go for a new launch or resale development if I were to buy a place for my family to live? Thanks so much for your question, Melvin. I hope you're doing well. We're very happy that you brought up resale. We did have some viewers talk about that as well. wanted to show you maybe the popularity of resale condos in Marine Parade as well as the average unit prices. Let's see. So we thought that we'd show you guys a quick breakdown of the advantages of both new launch condos as well as resale, and then you can make that decision on your own. I'm going to bring in Louis to help me with this. Louis.
All right. So for new launch and resale, usually comes with different considerations, especially if you are a family with children and you need a space. So sometimes, like most of the homeowners, they want to upgrade to a condo from a HDB, and that could be some from a smaller condo to a bigger condo. So typically for most family, they will need to consider a few things. So there are definitely whether buying a new launch or a resale, there are their own advantages.
Of course, yeah.
So as you can see, new launches condo, you definitely get a new brand new unit.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Yeah, so it's like all the appliances, the aircon, the facilities, right? And you will also be getting the very early bird discount. And what this means to you is that when you are buying a new launch, developer will launch this price, and all the buyers who enter the price will be entering in the same price range. So when they decide to sell next time, they will not sell below the price that they bought. Okay, so that is why typically they will usually sell slightly higher than the ones they are available for sales, for resale.
Yeah.
Okay, and definitely there are also like some flexible payment scheme, like a progressive payment scheme. So you don't have to come out one lump sum, and because it's going through a stages of payment, so it will be until to the stage where you finally got your keys. And after that, there will still be a 1-year warranty. And that 1-year warranty is allowing you to make sure that the defects is all properly done by the developer before you actually disperse the final payment to the developer. So this gives you a lot of assurance. Yeah. And definitely there are, when you are in the early bird stage, choosing the units, there are all the choice unit facing the sea views, on the high level. And if it's for own stay, definitely you want something that that you enjoy the views, you enjoy the layouts. Yeah, so that's all very important for the buyer. And definitely when you new launch, usually this lower maintenance cost.
Right.
All right, and it comes with a little bit longer waiting time, but that's fine, because after all it's worth it, because you get a brand new condo. So back to resale condo. Well, for resale condo itself, typically you have to judge the move-in, or whether you want to renovate the house, because it's not going to be a brand new one.
Right.
All right. So you have to consider renovating on your own.
Right.
So that's a cost to it. And per square foot usually comes lower than the new launch. Because they launched much earlier, so the price I would say is in a lower range. And you definitely, more or less, you have to inspect the house. You can see the surrounding, the neighbors. These are all things that physically you can be present to feel the house.
Right.
Compared to new launch, you can't really enter the house,
right,
because it's selling through the floor plans, right? Yeah, and definitely for when you like the unit, you can enter into a negotiation with the sellers and finalize the price. Okay, and definitely typically for all the buyers, if you are buying the resale, you are expecting to move in. All right, so you don't have to wait. You don't have to find a place, temporary house, or you don't have to rent a place. So this helps you save the cost on renting.
Yes. Thank you so much, Louis. I think that was a pretty thorough breakdown that we have. Melvin, we also do have this chart that Ohmyhome put together. And of course, for all of these charts, right, we did back up all of our data with URA, so you can trust that these are all accurate. This is a breakdown of residential units sold in District 15, new sale versus resale. Resale is the top portion, is the darker orange portion, and the bottom is new sale. As you can tell, generally speaking, resale condos in the area are pretty popular alongside a new sale. So this is just to give you a better idea. And of course, with what Lewis went through with the pros and cons and the advantages and disadvantages, please feel free to decide on your own what is most suitable for you and your family. And of course, you can call Lewis, you can call our Ohmyhome super agents who can also help you with this compare and contrast as well. So thank you so much for your question, Melvin. We really appreciate it. I think we're already at 12:51, but I do want to get to some of the other questions. We did get some really good ones. So we're going to try to power through them, right, Lewis, okay? I did see a great question about investments that I wanted to get to. But there's so many, I need to look for it. I think the question was something about why would D15 be a great place to invest. So I'm going to it's from Shakreet. Hello. Hi, thanks so much for joining us. What makes properties in District 15 a good investment, Lewis?
All right. I could guess for District 15, we are looking at the area where we have all discussed earlier about the location itself, and it is always the prime locations that most people will think of, and why it makes District 15 such a beautiful investment is because it has a very strong fundamental. It's a perfect place for family who wants amenities in the area, because it has so many things like the park, East Coast Park that is always there, and it has near to the sea, so that's where you get a lot of breeze as well. So the key thing is that most people who live in the East, they always want to enjoy the culture, the histories that is behind this East area, and definitely over there, that's how most of the prices, most of the family who actually buy over there, when they sell to the people who wants to live there or who are inspired to live there. That's why he has a very strong fundamental of for families to buy for living. Same thing when you are buying for renting, you also want to rent to family. As the same thing, expats will also love to live there.
Absolutely. I think that's a great point, that it's a great place to live for both expats and locals. It is known to be an expat hotspot as well. So I think that's also part of the reason why it could be such a good investment for you. But thank you so much for your question. And I did see a very important question about schools. As a parent, I do want to get to this question from Ted. Hi, Ted. Ted goes, I have kids. Could you share with us some of the schools in the area that we can look out for? Thanks so much for your question, Ted. I do have a slide ready for schools. I'm not sure how old your kids are. I do know that there are a couple of kindergartens in the area as well, but just wanted to highlight some of the primary schools, secondary schools, and international schools as well, since that is also a big expat neighborhood, like I mentioned. For the primary schools, we have the famous Tao Nan School. It is known to be one of the I think more premier schools in Singapore, as well, of course, the Zhejiang Private School and Tanjung Katong Primary School. Good number of tertiary secondary schools to choose from. And of course, for international schools, we have the Canadian International School, UWC, Southeast Asia, as well as Chatsworth. We also did want to mention that we do have a series called Property Parent. We're actually going to be releasing a new episode very soon. Cannot wait to have you guys check that out. But this series really talks about the schools in Singapore and the properties around these schools, and why where you live matters so much in terms of where your kids go to school. So we will be releasing a new episode soon, and we will be going through Marine Parade as well as the rest of Singapore, what the schools are. There's so many schools, so we did have to narrow them down, but we did want to show you guys some properties that you can consider for certain schools. We will definitely be covering Marine Parade as well, Ted, so please feel free to look out for that. And if you haven't watched the first episode of Property Parent, please do so. It's a really good breakdown of what the phases are, it is pretty complicated in Singapore. So we thought that it would be good to explain the different phases. Lewis, you have kids, and they went through the P1 registration. So it's a great breakdown, and I think that it would help a lot of new parents, especially, navigate the tough P1 registration exercise. So thank you so much, Ted. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up. I went like 7 minutes over, but we want to thank everybody so much for your questions. If we didn't get to them, we will have Lewis and a bunch of agents answer all of your questions. So don't worry about that. Since this is such a popular topic, we do want to revisit this Marine Parade. You can always visit our website. We have plenty of articles about Amber Sea, different new launches, as well as the area in general. If you wanted to do more reading, we will keep you guys updated on the new launches and when you can expect them to happen. And of course, don't forget that we are on Instagram and Facebook. You guys know this because you're watching on Instagram and Facebook, but we update every day different content. We also have Property Daily that talks about different property topics for the day. So I hope that you guys bear us in mind when you need anything in terms of property. We do renovation, we do buying and selling, and all things in between. And with that, thank you so much for joining us this week on OhTalks. We will see you guys next week for another episode. Till then, stay safe and have a great Friday. Hey guys, it's Audrey, show host at Ohmyhome, and we are so excited to be introducing to you our new weekly live talk show, OhTalks, launching in October. Every week we'll be talking about a new property topic of your choice, but we need your help. Every Monday, we're going to be going on social media to ask you to pick from 2 hot topics. And then on Fridays, we'll go live to answer frequently asked questions, but also whatever you want to know, live on the fly. From new launches to BTO delays to step-by-step guides, come join us starting October. We'll be going live every Friday on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to take our polls on Mondays, and we'll see you on Fridays.